Hi, my name is Natalie Stepien. I'm a senior at Warren County High School, and today I'm going to be giving my persuasive speech. And before I start, I just want to introduce my audience.
1,
2, 3,
4, 5.
Okay, so today I'm going to be giving my speech over animals and how they can benefit you. And many people think that owning an animal, the only benefit really is just kind of like the idea of having an animal. You get a new dog, you tell your friends. It's just kind of like this idea in your head. But on the contrary, there are actually lots of benefits to having a pet. And today I want to talk about 4 main points. The first one being how pets can improve your mental well-being, how they can improve your physical well-being, your social life, and just like personal enjoyment. So, starting with how they can improve your mental well-being, a source that causes a lot of mental distress is just loneliness. It's just a very common side effect of depression and anxiety. You're just feeling really lonely, and a great way to combat that feeling is to get a pet. And from newinthehealth.gov, it says that interacting with animals has been shown to reduce levels of cortisol, which is a stress-related hormone, and it lowers blood pressure. And this combination just really has an overall feeling of calm. It can just really make you feel less anxious and reduce feelings of loneliness. And I also want to touch on service animals here, and whether it's like a therapy dog or a actual service dog, they provide lots of help to these people that they're working for. And some examples of this, so say on a college campus, it's finals season or finals week. They will bring dogs out, therapy dogs, and let the college students just play with them, pet them for a little bit, and just really de-stresses them, gets them ready to take their finals. Or service dogs that help people with PTSD, or lead dogs that will lead blind people, anything like that. It just really, really improves their owners' lives. And it can also just reduce levels of loneliness and depression, like I said earlier. And along with its mental benefits, owning a pet can also have lots of physical benefits as well. And here I want to specify that this isn't all pets. It's mostly towards like dogs or like a horse or something, because if you have a hamster, you're probably not going to get that much physical activity. So this is more towards like dogs. And a study done at Harvard, which I found at health.harvard.edu, states that owning a dog increases the physical well-being from adolescents to elderly and everything in between. So it really helps all kinds of people if you own a dog. And just like going on walks every day, if you go on a walk, you're just already increasing your physical well-being by a lot. And even petting a dog has its own benefits. It can lower your blood pressure and your heart rate, which is just super healthy. And if you have a dog, it can serve as this motivation to get out and get active. So when you get a dog, you really have to take into account the responsibility that it is. So once you're responsible and you're ready to take care of this animal, you have to take care of it. You have to take it on walks regularly, and that's going to help you stay active in the process. And getting a pet isn't only bringing that new presence into your life, it's also can bring the presence of other people into it. So, and many people struggle to make new relationships. If they're introverted or they're shy, or they just really struggle talking to new people, if you have a pet, that's a great way to help yourself get out there and talk to new people. And the easiest possibility of this happening is just say you got a dog and maybe you move into a new neighborhood and you're going on a walk and someone says, hey, can I pet your dog? And then from there you can strike up a conversation. It's so much easier when you've got something to talk about, something in common. Another study done at Harvard says that pet owners are actually 60% more likely than non-pet owners to make friends with people in their neighborhood. So that's a much higher chance of you making new friends and getting out there and talking to new people. And I also want to touch down on technology and how this can help. So obviously, today's day and age, we're using technology every single day. Thousands of people, millions of people are using it. And now it's easier than ever to go viral on social media. And we're always constantly absorbing this content, and a lot of that content is pet-related or animal-related. And this has just really transformed social media and transfers people's lives. There are thousands and thousands of accounts dedicated to people's pets or animals. They have ranked up millions of followers. And this exposure has not only changed the pets' lives, but also the people's lives in them. So they probably just started out with this animal that they love, and they just wanted to share pictures of it, and then they realized I could probably turn this into something, and it's really changed their lives. There's so many people that have traveled the world with this pet because it has grown a fan base, and it's really just changed their lives. And some examples of these famous animals would be Doug the Pug, or Jiffy Palm, or of course Grumpy Cat. I think everyone's heard of Grumpy Cat. And I have a chart here from feedspot.com. It's kind of hard to see, but this has the top 25 most followed pet Instagrams as of 2021. So I've got these here if you want to look at those. And along with making these new relationships, it also just helps them to be less awkward. So if you struggle making relationships, but once you've made it, you don't really know where to go from there, a pet is a great way to relieve some stress. So say you made a friend walking around the neighborhood because they saw your dog or your pet, and you invite them over and you're kind of stressing about what to talk about. That animal is a great segue into a conversation. It's a great combination that you guys can have, and it's just really easy to form a bond from there. And these 3 points that I've talked about, the mental well-being, the physical well-being, and an increased social life, are kind of like extra benefits. And now I want to hit on just how having a pet can really improve your just personal enjoyment, your happiness. I consider this to be the greatest benefit of having an animal, and it's really a driving point as to why people get animals in the first place. They really want something to fill maybe a void in their life, or they are feeling these symptoms of loneliness, or they just want motivation to get out there. It's just really a driving point for people to get animals is their personal enjoyment, and they want to take care of something like a pet. And there's also countless ways to spend time with your animals. Of course, the easiest option is just laying around doing nothing. It's a lot more fun to lay in bed with your dog or your cat than just by yourself. And if you got an active pet like a dog, you can play tug of war, you can play catch for a long period of time. And if you got a cat, I know some of the cats will play with lasers for hours. It's just a great way to spend time. And also, if you're an active person, you really want to get out there and travel the world, there are accommodations for you to do that with your animal. So maybe you want to travel everywhere and you have an animal, you don't want to leave them at home, it's possible for you to take them with you. These animals serve as support systems for us. It's a great way for you to make a really long-lasting companionship with them. And to recap all these points that I've talked about today, I just want to talk about how these animals have so many benefits, like the mental well-being, the physical well-being, the increased social life, and personal enjoyment. Owning a pet is a great joy to millions of people all over the world. Whether you have a cat or a dog, a hamster, even a fish, it can just really improve your life in general. And that was my speech today. I really hope I've convinced you to understand the appeal and benefits of owning an animal. And to close out, I just want to introduce my audience one more time.
1,
2, 3,
4, 5.
Thank you so much.